slander is blasphemous.
I'm gonna ride you till you can't stand up.
Come on, let's go down.
All right, keep your shirt on.
Loveline's meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Here's Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Yes, it's true. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Madam Carolla, it's Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. Tonight, our guest is the band from the UK, Olive. Hi, Olive.
Hello.
Tomorrow night will be the Cramps, and then Drew Carey will be in here on Sunday.
He's been drinking, hasn't he?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Why? Who are you talking to?
I'm just the band. They had dinner with you, right?
Yeah.
Well, they know. You wouldn't admit to it.
Yeah, but you don't know from my actions. You just know
from your attitude.
Listen, don't accost the band that way. These are big-time celebrities, Drew.
I just barely met them. I was just asking them about you and your behavior at dinner.
Listen, I had a sociable drink with dinner.
I can tell.
That's fine. But you can't tell by my attitude or by my...
Yes. Oh, yes.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Really?
I just, yes. Oh, yes.
I
was serious. I was asking if that was what had happened.
What do you mean if that had happened? I hadn't talked to you.
Half bottle of wine, right?
No.
Half a bottle. Yeah.
Please. Drew,
that's the whole point. I didn't speak to you until you got on the mic here. And
all right, but I never speak to you. Oh, you didn't notice a very distinct anything. You spoke to the band. You knew we went out to dinner. You know, every time we go out to dinner, we have a cocktail.
We do not, because we never go out to dinner.
Yeah, he's jealous because he wasn't asked, was he, Ann? No. That's right.
That's true.
Well, he went down that road. He went down the ball and chain road. I went down the happy trail in my life. He has triplets, Dr. Drew does. Show the band pictures of the triplets,
please. You're nicer
Drew.
in a strange way.
Yeah, but because I'm gregarious.
Conflict quicker, but
I'm heading into the surly phase of my drunkenness any moment now, and you're gonna bear the full brunt of that. We got to turn snacking into a effing smoke. I wasn't drunk when I used the F word on the air. I was just pissed off. There's a difference. All right, let's talk about Olive. First off,
only Ruth-Ann was interested in this, by the way.
No, I wasn't.
Well, because she's a woman. Tim, you have 2 children, right?
I've got 3.
Oh, 3.
Oh, it says 2 girls in your bio.
Old bio.
I've now got a little boy as well.
Okay.
Since the bio,
I
work quick.
How old is the boy?
He's 1 and 2 months.
Is it not the case that there are extraordinary biological differences between them?
Completely.
Unbelievable.
I mean, he's just
immediately. He's 1.5.
I know, and tractors, all of a sudden,
Yes.
everything is
Wait till he
tractor.
starts picking everything long up and poking it at you.
Yeah, I think he's probably started doing that.
Oh, yeah.
I think I rented that this weekend. Yeah, well, all right, let's go there for just a second before we talk about the band. People always talk about how society is molding the youth of America, or the youth of the world for that matter. We're imposing our will upon the kids. We're forcing little Susie to play with dolls, and we're forcing Bobby to play with cap guns and trucks, and we're basically taking our sexuality and our roles and we're thrusting it upon these poor androgynous kids who could go either way. But this is totally wrong if you have kids, right?
I mean, it's so obviously wrong. I mean, we would give anything to pry our daughter away from the boas and sparkly dresses.
Right.
And we went out of our way to avoid all that.
You'd do anything to pry your wife away from that junk too, wouldn't you, Drew?
Yeah.
And the boys, what are they into?
Hammers. Anything long and pointed. Trucks, dinosaurs.
So there has to be a phallic theme to whatever it is. It's basically, being a boy is taking a phallus and beating a friend with it.
That's it.
That's basically what you learn as a child. All right, so let's talk about Olive for a second. Debut CD or album, Extra Virgin. Like an idiot, took me about 10 minutes to get the whole Extra Virgin and the Olive thing. I'm guessing that's the connection, but a cool title anyway. First CD, huge in the UK, and now getting some airplay out here in the United States, and you guys have come here to sort of test the waters, not a full-blown tour.
Just putting the little toe in at the moment.
Right. And, Tim, you were in Simply Red, right?
Yeah.
And I was reading the bio, and you were saying in the bio that you didn't experience as much success in the United States with Simply Red as you may have liked. But I thought they were pretty big out here.
There was a couple of #1 singles, but the albums didn't sell as well as they did in Europe. In Europe, it was huge, and here it was... I suppose they just we expected more than we got, really.
Right.
Just because of what it did in Europe, it went completely berserk over there.
And now that's done, and you've started up Well, I guess when did that finish up? The Simply Red years.
The last one I did was Stars. I think they've done one more album since I left, and then there's been a greatest hits, I think, since then as well.
Do you see any money out of that greatest hits stuff?
Yep.
Oh, good. Did you write any of those songs?
One. Well, not on my own either. It was a co-write. I didn't really get involved in the writing, which is one of the reasons why I was really keen to do this.
Right. All right. So now you're going a little different direction and doing your own thing.
That's right.
In a way. Well, because I don't want to diss the other band members that are here, which would be Tony and Ruth-Ann. Tony, by the way, was not on the bio. I thought it was someone else the entire time. But Tony, who I sat next to, I believe it was dark in there, for a better part of the meal.
Had you changed your shirt before you went to dinner?
No, this is what I wore.
No, I mean, since last night.
Had I showered? I took a shower today.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Guys.
I knew the band was coming in tonight.
It's
I wanted to
huge.
gussy up. And Tony, I believe, had been listening to the show and called it saucy. And I thought to myself, how refreshing to be called saucy. Because we're usually called dirty. And that has such a negative connotation.
Right.
I mean, dirt is something you wipe your shoes before you go in the house because there's dirt on them. But sauce is something you put in a ladle and you put it over something before you put it in your mouth.
To make it
yes,
better.
It's an enhancement. So the new working title of the show will be The Saucy Show. I thank you for that.
Does Tony get some money for that then?
No, because we don't get any money either. All right, in store at the Virgin Megastore on Sunset tomorrow. And, of course, the fabulous Kevin and Bean show tomorrow. I will see you guys out there at K-Rock. Don't come here tomorrow morning, by the way. They'll not be here. Friday at the Hollywood Athletic Club. Saturday with in San Diego with 91X and Taxi. And then Sunday, it's off to the fabulous Canada. You guys been to Canada?
I've been.
Huh? What?
Tim has.
Tim has, yeah.
He's got
You
it.
like it there?
Yeah, I think it's very beautiful there as far as I can remember.
We just had Our Lady Peace in last night, who's a Canadian band, and so far everyone I've met from Canada I like, except for the Cowboy Junkies.
Oh, yeah.
Very mean people, those Cowboy Junkies.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
They weren't
You don't know.
Canadian.
Yeah, they what?
They weren't Canadian, were they?
No, they were Canadian. Yeah. All right, so we're 50-50 on
there's
the Canadians.
There's so many different cultures up there, too.
And the Brits, I got to tell you, we either love or we hate them. They really run the gamut. So far,
Same as us, really. We either hate them to death or love them to death.
do you think there are, large fundamental differences between people in the United States and people in Britain? I mean, can you...
Yeah.
Huge.
Either you all have a hearing problem over here or you just love talking really loud.
Yeah, we're very excitable.
Very.
I'm louder than most, though, I got to tell you. I was at the dentist's office making a personal call the other morning. Yesterday morning, as a matter of fact, and after I was done with the call, the dentist came in and told me to shut up. Can you imagine? You're disturbing the people who are getting their teeth drilled.
You're disturbing the anesthesia I'm trying to deliver.
That noise that's coming out of your mouth is worse than the drill bit.
I'm curious, what other differences do you guys observe? I'm curious.
Everything's just so much bigger.
Bigger,
like,
yeah.
We've just had a meal tonight.
food, yeah,
and
yeah,
the starter
bigger.
was fine. That's a big meal for me, that.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Because I was driving home thinking, we got rooked. There wasn't enough grub on that table. I don't like to deal with dollops. There were dollops of things on my...
What is
Puree.
that?
or dollops.
Dollops.
Yes,
Okay.
well, how far away is dollop and dollop?
Dollop. Sounds like a disease, I'm afraid.
You have to hold your nose and lose a few IQ points to do the American accent. But I got these swordfish, and it was broken up into these, medallions, these 3 little medallions, and then I got this sort of swirl of mashed potatoes. I like the mashed potatoes like the size they give you in prison,
Terrain.
where the 700-pound black guy with the hairnet just reaches into the vat and just slaps it down onto the tray. That kind of don't come back and bother us for any more portion. This was just the dollop in the medallion. Not into the garni. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I tend to eat anything that's on the plate. So if you put like a bay leaf down there, I'm putting it in my mouth. All right, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll hear the single that's causing all the ruckus here in the United States, and that was so big for you in the UK, so everyone knows who we're talking about. The name of the band is Olive. The name of the CD is Extra Virgin, and this one is called You're Not Alone. You're Not Alone from Olive off of the Extra Virgin CD, which is their Virgin CD. And it is out now here in the United States.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It better be, because everyone's
Better
playing it on the
advertise
radio. They're getting it somewhere. All right, let's go to the phones. Sky.
Hey.
Hey, you're 15.
Hey, I love you guys. I really do. I think you guys are great.
Thanks.
Okay, I have a question for Dr. Drew
Yes,
and
ma'am.
for you, but I need to ask him this question real quick. What is the brain flu?
The what?
The brain flu.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What context did you hear this?
Oh, a friend of mine lives in San Diego, and she said it's going down there in Southern California.
The brain flu?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been going around here for a while.
I'm assuming that you're referring to a virus that infects the brain. Is that right?
They say it kind of like makes you nauseous and stuff.
The
It
brain?
makes you blurred speech and...
Are you talking about...
That's called alcoholism.
Well, there's
It's the brain flu.
encephalitis is a virus that can infect the brain and make you very sick. And there's sort of in the news lately, Jakob Creutzfeldt disease, the mad cow disease that
Yeah.
the
That's
public
ours.
yes,
You
became
can't have
very
that.
popular. No, you know.
Well, you guys brought that over on your
Actually-
carry-on,
It
didn't
actually
you?
is
It was in
originally
the
called
cake.
Kuru. It was studied in the South Pacific before it ever became popularized over here. But that's a progressive dementing illness, and I don't know what you're talking about, Sky. I'm sorry. What else can we do for you?
Okay, well, I have a problem. My boyfriend and I, had sex once, and he wants to do it all the time, and it's like, the first time wasn't so good, but he nags me all the time, and I really don't like it that much.
Yeah.
I suspect every boyfriend she ever has now will sort of fall into that category.
Of what? Nagging her for sex?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, that's what guys do.
Oh, yeah. Especially, I mean, once he's had his first taste of sex, it's going to be hard to, get that out of his mouth for a while.
Oh, no, it's not his first taste at all. I know that for a fact.
He's sampled the sex buffet before?
Yes.
How many women has he been with?
Oh, he said he had at least 4 girlfriends.
How old is he?
Before me. He's 15.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
This guy slept with 4 women before you and he's 15?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to kill him.
What do you
I hate guys like that.
What do you expect?
When I was 15, I was playing with Lincoln Logs and watching a Davy and Goliath at home, crying with my pants around my ankles. Certainly not on a sex rampage like this guy is. What's his name? Duke? What is his name? It's not. What is it? Scott? Brett? What's a guy's name, Sky?
His name?
Yeah.
His name's Kristen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's one of those
Christian.
names. Yeah. Okay, it's a good sex name. Adam apparently is not a good sex name. So, you want to know what? How to enjoy it, or how to talk him out of it, or
I really
what?
don't enjoy it at all.
Right.
I've done before with others, but I really do not enjoy it at all.
How old were you when you became sexually active?
14.
Under what circumstances?
What do you mean?
If it's something you don't enjoy, why do you do it?
Well, I don't know. I really don't enjoy it that all.
Why do you do it?
Why do I do it? Because
Yeah.
I love them.
That's not a good excuse. Not a good reason.
True, you have a dog at home, do you not?
Yeah, love the dog.
You love the dog?
Yeah.
You ever have sex
No,
with the dog?
no.
No?
And lots
Oh,
of
you
things
haven't?
the dogs like me to do, I don't do.
Really?
And the dog stays around.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good example.
That's a good dog.
That's a good dog.
Okay, Sky, you see what we're getting at here?
Huh? Yeah, I got it.
All right, here's the situation, Sky. But I don't know, Ruth-Ann, maybe you could shed some light on this. Many young women who call in tell us that they didn't enjoy their first sexual experience.
More importantly, they don't want to be sexually active, and they just do it to try to satisfy the guy and keep the guy, to
Yeah.
trick him into staying in the relationship. Oh, great, the abusive schmuck isn't still in the relationship
Well,
with me
wait
because
a
I
minute.
slept
True,
with him.
just because a guy wants sex does not make him abusive.
A 15-year-old has been with 4 women already. He's suspicious.
A poor victim.
Yeah. I mean, you don't think he's going to stay around very long, Sky, do you?
Oh, we've been together for like 6, 7 months.
Okay, that's 1/3 of her life.
And
So-
he'd been with 4 other women by the time that he was 14.
What?
How young did he start?
I have no idea. I never asked him.
When he was an
Stuff like
embryo
that.
by the
Yes,
sound of it.
doctor slapped him. He humped the nurse, and that was his first. That was his first victim, right there.
I think you should not just tell him to either be patient or go away, basically, because whether or not he gets what he wants from you, he's still going to leave in the end. You're very young, and there's going to be a lot more guys around who are going to be more responsible about it. So tell him.
Yeah, when you're young, you tend to think this is it. It's this, or you're going to be some sort of a spinstress for the rest of your life, driving the Meals on Wheels van.
Or it's this. There's no one else. You become fixated on whoever you happen to be with.
Well, my sisters are very. They keep telling me that I should, And
Should what?
Boy, I'm getting ready to gamble on Sky here.
Of course.
What's going on with you, Sky?
Well, it depends on what you mean by that.
Where's your dad?
My dad? He divorced.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any relationship with him?
No, I don't even know him. I don't know him at all.
Uh-huh. How old are your sisters?
They're the same age as we.
What kind of guys does your mom bring around?
We're triplets. Huh?
Oh, my God.
Oh. Get ready, Drew.
Oh.
This is it.
Oh, my God. Oh, I can't listen to this.
Drew's now officially checked out. Drew has to internalize almost every call we get. And, it's fine if it's just one person. But if it's triplets, he takes whatever calls the triplets are putting out and pastes them right over his triplets. So now his triplets are going to turn into the sex triplets, like Sky and family. So they're all 15 and they're all sexually active.
And we're all identical girls.
And imagine what kind of a jerk her dad was. Mom has 3 girls. I'm checking out. I can't stand this.
Well, it's not like he had quintuplets, Drew. Come on, let's be fair.
Horrible.
Yeah, could you imagine leaving a young... How old was your mom when you were born?
Oh, I don't know. She's like in her 20s, I guess, like 24, 25.
Is she 39 now?
No, she's 40.
Okay. Well, that's right about in there. And Dad just picked up and left immediately.
Well, he left when we were like 3.
All right, so you could take care of yourself by then. They're triplets. They get along.
Oh, God.
All right, Sky, listen. Don't do anything you're not comfortable with. And don't get into the same predicament that your mom got into. You understand? Mm-hmm. And tell your sisters to start listening up and not going down that road themselves. Because I smell trouble for the 3 of you, quite frankly. Dad was not around, and I think you both are going to get into the same kind of trouble Mama got into.
You're all going to get
15 years ago.
More than both.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sky?
Okay.
All right. Oh, boy. That's never going to work.
No,
all right,
didn't hear a word you said.
Beth, you're 21. You're on with Olive.
Hi.
Hey.
I have a question about my boyfriend, I suppose. He's 19. He's 2 years younger than I am, and this is his first serious relationship. And he's having a lot of problems with sort of, I guess, emotional insecurity. And it's really starting to become a barrier for us because I feel like I can't talk to him about anything because...
All right, Beth, hold on a second.
Yeah.
That's really boring. I want to get to a more exciting call, and then we'll go to break, and we'll tease that one. And then we'll get to Beth at some point in the show pretty soon. Don't worry. Allison?
Yeah.
You're 25.
Yeah.
What's up with you?
I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I have been diagnosed with MPD since I was about 16.
Multiple personality disorder.
Okay, this is good. All right, I want you to put the funny gregarious one on the line when we come back, Allison.
All right.
All right, we'll get to the bottom of this syndrome with Olive and Drew.
Hello, I'm Simon LeBon.
And I'm Warren Cucurullo from Duran Duran. You're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Mwah, just for you.
Oh, that band is very into their sexuality. That Warren Cucurullo, I was this close to doing him last time he was in here.
Yeah, but that's just...
back up October 9th, producer Ann. Who? The all of Duran Duran, or...
We can't hear you, Ann.
Nick Warren and Simon will be in here. Very good. And, John Taylor is one of the nicest guys in the world, too, but I guess not doing any Duran Duran stuff anymore. Well, we'll bring them in separately. Anyway, Tony, Ruth-Ann, and Tim are in here tonight from the band Olive from the UK in the United States just to do some select appearances and whatnot. And they're in the Loveline studio tonight, and we're going back to the phones. Allison.
Yes.
Go ahead and ask the question.
Like I said, I have a question for Dr. Drew about Well, I was diagnosed with MPD since I was 15. My basic question basically is, how should I know who to trust with this kind of information?
All right, so that's multiple personality disorder.
Now, people that have MPD typically were severely abused at a relatively young age. What happened to you, Allison?
Lots.
What?
Everything from physical to sexual to mental.
Ritualistic abuse?
No. Mostly, the most severe stuff was basically the sexual. For example, I got pregnant from my dad when I was 11. And the baby died when it was 1 from mental retardation and physical deformities.
Oh.
And as a very small child, I was maliciously beaten and sexually abused from age about 3 to 6 by my female babysitter and her son.
Oh, my God.
How old was her son?
A teenager at the time. I don't know the exact age.
Oh, that's so bizarre.
Yeah, and a lot of mental neglect at home.
Well, forget about neglect. I mean, I don't want to make light of it, but that's a holiday.
Yeah.
The neglect part. I mean, that's Club Med for you compared to what's been going on in your life. How, as far as the babysitter, like, because your dad didn't start sexually abusing you until later on?
That is the only thing that I know of the personalities that have come with the information know about right now.
So the different when they get abused, the personality fractures into pieces, basically. And some personalities will be aware of the memories, and others will not have.
So it's almost as if another person was.
It's a way
molested by her father. In a way,
possibly. At least, well, we don't know who we're talking to. We're talking to one of the personalities now.
Is there a leader?
Yeah, there's usually an exexecutive sort of in charge.
Really, I'd like to be that.
Is that you,
Allison? Could I be the executive personality in your life?
I'm called the coordinator.
Yeah, the coordinator. Usually there's one that sort of coordinates or executive.
Right. I don't even have one personality. That's my problem.
The host is the body, like the one that was born and goes 1 to whatever age my body is.
Yeah.
How many do you have? Do you reckon?
Or do you know?
That I know of right now, I have 16.
Yeah.
That I know of. See, I'm continuously finding out about new ones. I know
Are they all female?
No. There are a couple males and some that don't even have a sex.
And
are androgynous.
It's like you, Drew. Do they have names? All of them?
Oh yeah.
Most of them. Some of them don't. There's 2 that don't have names.
You just call them like dude or guy or something like when I can't remember someone's name.
One, I think two.
Like sub-levels. They're kind of identities. They're not really.
Well, it's good. It sounds like you're pretty aware of all this. Have you had some treatment?
Bizarre.
I was on a specialized unit at Shepherd Pratt when I was a teenager.
Okay, so you've had some treatment for this, and that's why you're sort of.
But is the object to take the administrator or the host?
Coordinator.
I think I would be if Loveline was a multiple personality show. I think I would have to be the coordinator.
No, you'd be the host.
Yeah, but I certainly wouldn't be the sidekick that I'm referred to in so many articles. Is the idea to get the rest of them sort of eliminated and let the host take over full time?
Integrating it back together. It's all fragmented into pieces, and the idea is to putting it back together.
It's kind of putting a puzzle together.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You have to make a
very
whole
well.
picture.
It's very difficult to do that.
Yeah.
And it's debate about what this actually is. Is this some kind of artifact of something else, and how do you treat it, and how do you contain it, and that kind of stuff.
problem.
Let me ask you this, Allison.
Yeah.
I didn't even. Well, I guess I did know, but I mean, you can become pregnant at 11.
Yeah,
well,
sure.
I was menstruating at 9.
Yeah.
In my family, we start young.
Oh.
My mother started young.
All right. Okay.
And where's your dad now?
He's in another county.
Have you gone off after any of these people? I mean, legally?
Well, we wanted to kind of stay away from that because, well, at first with my father, it didn't come out till, like, they found out 5 months into the pregnancy.
No.
The charges were filed, and because of a slip of the court, the way they charged him, they had to let him go.
All right.
Let me yell for just 1 second. I just had to pay $2,000 to the IRS last week.
For what?
Never seemed to slip up over there. Those guys are very on top of things.
Yeah.
When it comes to a rape and incest, there's paperwork that's lost. There's people looking the other way. There's slip-ups. The IRS, you know what we need to do? We need to take some of the a-holes from the IRS and get them involved with the judicial system here in prosecuting dangerous criminals, because these are the most efficient people in the world. They never screw up. They never slip up. I can't believe there's some sort of technicality or some sort of screw-up that let this guy off.
He wasn't completely let off.
All right, Alice, let's get back to your question. The question was, whom should you share this with?
Right, because...
I mean, how do you deal with it without freaking somebody out? And
either they freak out, they treat it like there is no such thing as it, or they play like it's a game.
Yeah.
A lot of people will say, oh, switch for me,
Yeah.
or, treat it like it's some sort of game.
Well...
Very sensitive.
Understand that it is going to be difficult for people to understand and accept this, and they're going to each deal with it in their own way.
Right.
And it's obviously something you should reserve for people who care about you. Mm-hmm. And it's something that needs to be brought out relatively early in relationships so people don't feel deceived or as though you've been untruthful or that they don't know who you are, so to speak, that they get to know you as you with your accompanying problem. Mm-hmm. Now, who that is and when that is, these are very difficult decisions. I think people that you have ongoing relationships with should know about this so they can support you as best they possibly can.
But are you in therapy right now?
Right now, no.
Shouldn't that be part of the plan?
Yes.
They charge you. They just charge one rate, though, right, Charlie?
It's about $90 a session.
No, Adam wants to know if each personality has to get charged.
Because you got to get some sort of group discount if they're going to do it that way. Because imagine $1,700 for 50 minutes, and the guy's not even listening half the time. My dad's a shrink. I know these guys work. He's undressing you with his eyes while you're telling me his problems.
All right, Allison, tough problem. You sound fairly tuned into this, so to speak. You're insightful. You understand what you're dealing with.
I mean, imagine.
Stay with treatment. Stay contained, and try to be around people who are very supportive of you.
What I would like done in this society, but all of society for that matter, I want parents held responsible for what they do to their children. I mean, I sort of think we have this mentality, which is, well, your kid's your property, and it's almost like, look, if you want to...
It's the only property they don't screw with. Think about that.
What do you mean?
The government.
Right, which is really weird. Yeah, that's a very interesting point, meaning in this country, you want to drive a car? Good. You have to show proof of insurance. You have to register it each year. You get any parking tickets, you can't let it slide. You have to get a smog certificate each year. There's many avenues you have to go through in order just to drive a vehicle. If you want to own a house, you have to pay all sorts of taxes and whatnot. If you want to do even minor improvements to your house, you have to go pull permits, get an architect, get people to sign off. You can't take a crap in this country. I mean, you couldn't grow a marijuana plant in your backyard without some federal agent
a helicopter
rappelling from a helicopter and tearing it out and tackling you on your lawn in your underwear in front of your neighbors. I know it's happened to me. I mean, I saw it on TV. The point is though, when you have a kid, hey, do what you want. It's your kid. This is America.
No, it's your we can't intrude in that privacy.
No, we can't. That's a sacred bond. What about the bond I got with my car? What about the bond I got with my pot plant? What about my alleged pot plant? What about the bond I have with my house? What about these sacred bonds? I'm a bachelor. This is my kid. The house, that's my kid. I want that bond. I don't want it provoked or broken. Yes, I believe that these parents need to be held accountable for what they do. Imagine what was done to this poor woman over the years.
It's starting to happen. It is starting to happen. That parents
good.
are being held accountable for this stuff, but
All
slowly.
Right. All right, let's tease a happy call, Drew, please. Wow, that was really wild. I didn't know that there was a dominant personality that sort of had to... Christopher.
Yes.
Hey, you're 25.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Nice to talk to you. I've been listening to you pretty regularly for a long time. And Mike, actually, I had a suggestion, first of all, that you guys put together a compilation of all the awesome songs and the lead-ins you have. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Like some really good music on there. Some of it I don't even know what it is. Anyways.
Well, wait a minute.
What?
Christopher.
Yeah.
We got to go to break. I know I was supposed to let you ask your question.
Okay.
But it just reminded me. Hold on a second. What is this question, by the way, Drew? Can you read on it?
Advice you give to women who want to have breast reduction.
All right. So we'll talk about breasts. But we were sitting here listening to the You're Not Alone song by Olive.
Last night.
Was it? I think it was 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And we're listening during the commercial because Ann said Olive is coming on in a couple of days, and I said let's hear the song. And we're sitting in here listening to it, and Drew and I are going, let's see, do we know this song? And then this one riff of the song came in, and we went, oh, yeah, this sounds real familiar. Yeah, we know this part. Yeah, as a matter of fact, Drew, don't we use this part when we're coming out of commercials? And Drew goes, yeah, that's the part. And what Engineer Mike had done is just potted your song down and potted up the part about us coming out of commercials, and we're sitting here like idiots commenting over the air on it. And in fact, we were coming out of a commercial. It was one of those had to be here kind of.
It's the second time you tried to tell that story, and it didn't go.
I know, but you know what? The third and fourth time, I'm going to nail it. I'll tell you that right now. All right, Olive is here. We're going to talk to Christopher about breast reduction and everything else after this.
Hi, I'm Saffron.
I'm Tim. Johnny Glue.
We're Republica, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455.
Smash Mouth?
Yeah. Tony, Ruth-Ann, and Tim are all in here tonight from Olive. And Drew was just explaining to the frightened guests how violent this country was. Drew has a plan, which is all the guests that come in from abroad, he basically fills their head with violent propaganda during the break, and then they just go back scared to wherever they came from, vowing never to return. That's not too bad, is it?
This is a violent culture, United States.
Right.
As a world, the world's community, this is internally a violent culture. Canada is not like that.
No, it's not. It's all beer and strip bars over there.
That's right.
People talking about hockey and having a good time.
It's different up there.
Yeah, it's not so violent in the UK, is it?
Not like this.
No, not on this scale.
No gun. Not
Want
so
to
many
go home
guns.
now, please?
Well, the cops just started carrying guns, didn't they? Or do they still don't carry guns?
do a bit,
Only,
yeah.
like in London, where if they know there's going to be sort of like some chance of violence at a demonstration or something like that.
I'm telling you, you can walk through Hyde Park at 2 in the morning, and everybody will advise, don't go there. There might be a pickpocket out there.
They don't even let you in.
You picture like Oliver Twist type of guy coming up?
I thought you'd have to wear body armor and carry a weapon and go out in Hyde Park. They're like, oh no, pickpocket. Be careful.
Could you imagine for just one moment the absurd notion of cops in this country, especially Los Angeles, not carrying guns? I mean, could you...
There are people advocate that. You're going to get a million calls right now.
What do you mean?
There are people advocate that.
The cops don't carry guns? Well, listen, as long as there's a gun store in every corner, I mean, when the cops, when they had this, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but over here in my hometown of North Hollywood, I knew we'd get on the map eventually. These guys robbed a bank. This was about 2 months ago, 3 months ago now.
At least.
Yeah, all right, just go along, for Christ's sake. They're going to know the difference. This was a few weeks back. And these guys did a armed bank robbery. And they're two big guys, and they were covered from head to toe with body armor. Flak jackets and all this stuff. And they both had these automatic weapons with banana clips in them that held 150 rounds. And basically... that's what it was. They were just walking out of the bank, and the cops had surrounded them completely, and they were just standing there, just spraying bullets all over the town and all over the cop cars. And the cops only had the revolvers and their shotguns and whatever it is they carry, which, I know in Britain is considered an arsenal. Here, it's you're traveling light. when you just got a shotgun
They
in
said
a
they
sidearm.
described it like something out of a horror movie where a monster's coming at you, just keeps coming, and the bullets are bouncing off them and
Right.
dropping
So
to the ground.
the part that's most amusing about this story is the cop said, "We need more firepower." There's a gun store down the street.
2 blocks away.
They went to the gun store down the street and, like broke in and took some assault rifles. So some poor bastard, some poor white supremacist separatist type had that on like back order. I hope they gave him a break on it when he got it back and the thing was smoking. But the point is they just walked right in there and they, took a bunch of assault rifles and went back up the street and started firing back. But I thought, geez, that is that is a very scary situation. But the thing like I said, that I found most ironic about it is that the gun store had more firepower than the police did. Oh, boy. And you guys, if this ever happened in the UK, guys with those pointy bobby hats and...
truncheons.
Oh, that would have been it.
Truncheons, yeah.
We still have truncheons.
You guys just throwing hard... I was trying to think of... What the hell's that? Scuppers, sconers, scapers...
Scones?
No. What is the English muffin? Crumpets. I don't even know if they have English muffins in England. They have crumpets. All right.
We have handcuffs, though.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, that's just a breakthrough recently, like the last 6
And
months.
those new batons, they've extended the batons.
Right,
are a bit harder.
They kind of flip up and get longer.
Telescopic batons. Oh, all right. Believe me, if you pull one of those telescopic batons out here, the guy just start laughing at you and shoot you. Christopher.
Yeah, Adam, hey, about your firepower, the LAPD did finally get their weaponry.
I heard that. They stepped up to the rest of the community.
Yeah.
As it were.
Right, they were lagging behind the times, yeah.
No, they got about 100 rifles now, automatic rifles.
Yeah, the military, I think, donated a bunch of automatic stuff.
Oh, good, bunch of used ones. Yeah. Okay.
Christopher, what's going on?
About the breast reduction, the advice you guys give. I just have one thing to say. Have you ever looked at the ballet dancers and the weightlifters, women professionals, weightlifters?
Yes.
You know how they're all pretty small?
Yes.
Why don't women, instead of spending all this money on operations, try to work out? And maybe, I don't know, because I guess working out builds muscle and loses fat. It would make a big difference in the size of their breasts, I think.
Well, Christopher, if you know the show, the last breast reduction call we got, the woman said she was a little bit curvaceous, and I suggested that she, lose the weight, then see how the breasts are doing, and then get it. But for some women, they just have huge breasts, and there's nothing they can do, and they don't normally go into bodybuilding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the point. Women like that don't go into bodybuilding. Maybe there's something to do with why women go into bodybuilding.
No, they don't need to go into bodybuilding. They got those huge cans. I mean, what are they? They're going to get attention. I mean, come on. Yeah, obviously, a lot of women say this. I'm not a woman, but I've studied the woman anatomy quite extensively. And they say when you lose weight, the first place it goes is the breast. Would you say this is true?
I don't know, really, because I'm one of those people who stuffs the face and don't put any weight on or lose it particularly, so I don't really notice a great deal of difference. But I know that other girls sort of say it's either the breasts or the top of the legs, the thighs here.
Right. So I guess, and I guess if you were if you're a plastic surgeon, I guess you would have to suggest that if a woman came in who was overweight, who wanted a breast reduction, right?
Plastic surgeons do typically ask people to do what they can for themselves first.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like what a plastic surgeon would say.
They
say, try fixing your nose yourself
no.
before
But
I work
body
on it.
stuff and liposuction and things. I'm sure they don't want to use it as a way of weight reduction.
I don't know. I think they're fairly unscrupulous and like to drum up money wherever they can. Yvette,
Yes.
you're 22.
Hi, Adam.
Hey.
Hey. I just want to say hi to the band.
Hi.
Hi. And I'm not familiar with you, but you sound good. And I can't wait to hear more of the album.
Well, you can go out and get it.
And I'm chopped liver.
Huh?
Oh, and Drew's chopped liver over there?
Hi, Drew.
All right.
Okay, I have a general question for Drew. How
You're fat. Drew, please, don't lash out that way. She has a question.
Drew.
Yeah.
How can you generally make a father be financially responsible for his kids? Where can one begin?
With a lawyer.
Okay, how about as far as if the mother doesn't have any money?
With the police. I mean, what are you asking?
Are you the mother?
Yeah.
And you have an adult father of the child who is not following through on his financial responsibility.
Right.
Yeah, they've made pretty big strides in this department over the last few years, so I hear. There's all sorts of groups and nonprofit organizations and stuff you can contact that'll help you out with that.
Just start with the Department of Social Services. They should be able to help you.
Yeah, they're going after these guys now.
Yeah, he will be called to task.
So call the Department of Social Services.
How old is your child?
My son is 4. My daughter is 6 months.
Oh, boy.
How do you support them?
Did you really need the second one, Yvette?
Well, he basically made a bunch of lies to me and said that we were going to get married and all that stuff, and he never followed through.
How do you support yourself?
I've had jobs. My family is very supportive.
Did you answer the question?
I've been saving a lot of money.
How do you save money when
you have 2 kids?
There's ways to do it. We live with my family, with my parents.
Okay, that's how you support yourself. Somebody else takes care of you.
Okay.
So, I mean, he needs to be responsible for his kids.
Yeah. Is he interested in seeing his kids at all?
Barely.
Can you imagine that, Tim?
He was so
Unbelievable.
supportive in the beginning, and
It's hard to believe. Doesn't he want to see them? Doesn't he want
It's bizarre.
to take care of them? And
well, I don't know. He's just more into, I don't know, other things,
What drug?
I don't know.
Pot?
I honestly don't know.
what does he do?
He's just into his own thing.
What's he do for a living?
He doesn't.
He doesn't work.
He doesn't work.
So what is...
What are you going to do? Pull the fillings out of his teeth?
Whatever. Whatever.
Okay.
I have
Whoa,
to do.
Yvette, boy, I'm this close to taking those kids away.
What?
Please. Are you good to your kids?
Oh, I love him.
All right.
Oh, God.
All right.
Oh, my
Got to
God.
lead by example,
start,
you know.
Yeah, start...
I owe them the world. This is what I...
all right, well, get a job, and let's get to work here.
Oh,
and
that's
don't
for sure. But
yeah.
I mean, they need health insurance. They need their help. I mean, they need their health.
Call social services and go after the creep that's their dad. I wouldn't count on him for much of anything.
No, the guy doesn't work. What are you gonna? What
Well,
are
they
you
can
tapping into?
require him to get
No,
a job.
I think he should have the screws put to him, and I think when he does work, they should get it. And all this, I'm just saying, the guy sounds no count. If you ask me, he doesn't take care of his kids now. He's not interested, and he doesn't work. So, good luck to you. Oh boy. 2 kids. That's what that's the beauty of this country, by the way. One is, one's a hobby. One's sort of flukish. We need 2. And then we're thinking about getting married.
Yeah. Oh, after the kids have... marriage is a commitment.
It really is true.
Yeah, it's huge.
You don't jump into something
And
like
the
that. Kids come, kids go. They get older, they move off to college, whatever. But marriage, that's 3.2 years or something. All right, we'll be back. Huh? Hey, here we go. I knew that show would start sooner or later. Olive is here, so is Drew, so is me, so is you, and Loveline will be back in 10 seconds. Tony, Ruth-Ann, and Tim are all here from Olive, and Dr. Drew is here from Pasadena. I'm here from North Hollywood, and the phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. The Cramps will be in here tomorrow night. I don't think I've ever met the Cramps. You guys ever met the Cramps?
I've had them.
Yeah. You've had them? Oh, heard of them. You've had sex with the Cramps?
No, I haven't. No, I've had cramps.
Oh, I see.
It was a joke.
Yeah, see, here, when you say you've had them, that's...
No, I've not had them like that.
Suffered from
Right,
them.
you've suffered from the cramps. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I'd be the world's worst woman.
Yes.
I complain and complain and complain, and I could only imagine what... Could you imagine me
with that drone and all that
period?
hair and oh my God.
Oh, the bloating. I tried to put on a pair of sandals this morning, and one shot off and broke the window. Oh, my feet. I really would. I make a horrible man. I could only think of what kind of horrible woman I would make. Probably a better show, though, I'll tell you that. Brooke.
Hello.
Hey, you're 29.
Yep. Hi, Adam. Hi, Drew. Hi,
Brooke.
Olive.
Hi.
Yeah?
Okay. Do you have a question? What comment?
No, I don't have a question. I had a breast reduction.
Oh, okay.
And I just wanted to talk to you guys about it and clear up some myths
Go ahead.
that you might not know about.
What did you start at, by the way?
38 double D.
Oh, yes. Very saucy. The
Very
show's saucy.
sassy.
You know that.
Sassy and saucy. I'm 5'3", and I thought about getting the reduction for about 10 years, and just kept thinking that's the wrong thing to do. And I took yoga and did weightlifting, like that guy just suggested.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the first place. If you have large breasts, the way that I did, and most women who get reductions do, they don't go down when you lose weight. I mean, a little bit they will, but they're glandular tissue. They're not just fatty tissue when you're that big. I mean, some women get large-breasted because they've gained a lot of weight, and then they get breasts, and then as soon as they lose it, they go away. But I wasn't like that.
Right.
Pretty petite.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
You're 5'3". How much did you weigh back then?
Well, my metabolism has changed since I had the reduction.
See what God did to you?
How's that?
He's paying you for destroying this beautiful breast of yours.
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I'm thinner now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You're-
I weighed probably, I don't know, 140, and now I
So
weigh
you-
125.
Your metabolism sped up after the
Yeah.
breast reduction?
Yep.
Or maybe the breasts were just getting in the way of you feeding yourself. I mean, is your arm getting caught or anything like that?
No.
No.
I eat pretty much the same, but I just have a lot more energy. They took out 4 pounds total.
Oh.
And I know you're thinking 4 pounds of pure pleasure, but it's really
Actually, I was there.
like what the woman was
4
saying.
bags of sugar.
The woman the other night on the phone was saying that you get a lot of lewd comments, and I've talked to a lot of women before I had surgery about their experience, and we kind of all agreed that when you have big breasts, people just think it's their business to tell you about it. Excuse me.
Well, here's what...
Not people, men. Right?
I know about men.
Well, women get on board with that to some degree, too. Did you?
Oh, sure.
Yes,
But
that's
I mean,
right.
It ends up not feeling like a compliment when people say things like, hey, big mama, and things like that. Every once in a while I'd have some man coming up to me and saying, you have a really nice shape, and I just wanted to tell you that, or whatever. And I don't mind that, but you can never be anonymous. People kind of just think that if you stand up straight that you're flaunting it just because it would stick out so much.
Right.
And when you have a reduction, I mean, I'm a 36C. I look totally in proportion with, with my body now. It seems, even though all my friends were kind of sad because they liked me being so big and saucy.
Well, I mean, there's a certain mourning process. I think there's a few... I've broken it up into these stages. The first one is, at least for the boyfriend, or I'll refer to as the victim, after breast reduction. First emotion, denial. Then anger, is it, Drew? Then... grieving and acceptance? I can't remember. Maybe I've swapped the last...
the Elizabeth Kubler-Ross approach to...
Kubler-Ross stages of grief.
Yeah.
No, my boyfriend didn't feel any of that.
He didn't?
was happy for me because it was hurting my back so much.
He was. He didn't want to go for one last grope before you headed in?
Yeah, we had the glass.
He did. He did go for the last grope.
But he loves them now.
Did he ask to speak to them alone?
They're still hard.
Come here, boys. I want to talk to you for a minute.
One last request.
Man to breast.
Man to breast. I'll put the phone on him.
Oh, I would have been groping you right there in the gurney. I got to tell you, I would have been there to the bitter end.
Well, maybe you have some issues to just explore about your relationship with your mother.
I've rarely groped my mother, if that's what you're insinuating.
You're looking for that giant tit in the sky to make you feel like a baby again.
This is a great idea. Wouldn't it be great if the sun was replaced by giant breasts?
That'd be hot.
And that way, on really hot, horrible days like it's been in the last few weeks, you could just go out and stand under a tremendous breast.
Well, Okay, I just wanted to say that, you know, it's such a hard decision. Yeah, no woman wants to go under the knife to do this, you know, and telling them to weightlift or
I know, it's
that it'll
ridiculous.
go
Well, look,
away.
that was one of our bonehead listeners, please.
No, I know.
What about how about the scars? They bother you at all?
I had a wonderful surgeon, and every doctor that I've been to, just for whatever reason, you know, that I've been to the doctor since, has really admired my scars.
The scars don't bother you. How about the sensitivity of the nipple? Any change there?
Yeah, that's fine.
No change.
One of them took a little bit longer for all the nerves to connect up, but
Okay.
All right, you're good. Good. I'm going to send a bouquet out to your boyfriend. Okay?
he doesn't need one. He's not unhappy with it. You can send one to yourself.
Okay, you know what? I'll probably save on the whole delivery charge and just pick the thing up and bring it home.
Just be...
All right, Brooke, I've had enough of you and your babbling breasts. All right. All right, so if you need to do it, you got to do it, and you feel better about yourself. I still don't condone it. Guy, you're 20.
Yeah. Hey, Adam. Hey, Drew.
Hey, Guy.
Okay, I got a problem. Okay, I've been out of the city. I mean, the state for what? 2 years, 3 years?
Almost 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then, anyways, I came back like a couple months ago. You know, to start college out here and everything. So I'm kicking back with my roommate, and he introduces me to this girl. So we hit it off and all that. But the thing is,
hold on, junior college?
Huh?
Junior college?
No, big college.
Really?
Yeah, I got brains, Adam.
Oh, I'm totally confused. What college you going to?
Long Beach.
No, okay.
I was gonna say
State. Yeah, all right. That's a 4-year junior college you're going to.
All right. Well, anyways, me and this girl, we hit it off, and then, you know, all of a sudden I'm like looking at her like, dude, she reminds me of somebody familiar. And then, you know, and then she's talking to people, and I'm like, oh my God, dude, it's my ex-best friend's sister.
Your ex-best friend's sister, okay.
Yeah, and like last time I seen her, she was like, what, 13, 14 years old? And now I'm like...
Well, wait a minute. Remember we saw her on her 13th birthday? Then I think you saw her twice after that. So, yeah, probably going on 14, because it was the summer.
Well, anyway, so I'm like, oh, damn, so I'm like tripping out like, dude, this is my friend's sister. And I'm like, oh, man. We got in a fight.
This is how people speak when they have brains in our country.
Yeah.
Just for you, just
this
clarify
is the cultural elite here.
Yeah.
So, Guy, by the way, if I ever worked on the admissions board of a college and I saw the first name Guy come across it, I'd go right into the waste paper can. No guys named Guy, Buddy, or Rusty are making it into this university. That's my policy.
Huh?
I want guys named Harold and Woodruff.
Okay.
All right, so what did you do?
Nothing. I'm just right here, Drew, like flipping out like, oh, man, do I want to pursue this or do I want to, like...
Are you telling us that you're attracted to this woman?
I mean, oh, yeah, Drew, I liked it.
Guy, why is this your ex-best friend?
Because when we went to high school together, he started hitting my girlfriend, so one thing led to another, and we ended up fighting.
All right. And what is that, the A train?
Yeah.
Blue line.
Blue line? You still living under the tracks, Guy, or...?
Basically.
Okay. Guy, she's fair game. Everyone's an adult now. You're off at college. You're attracted to her. You owe him one for hitting on your girlfriend many years ago anyway. We'll give you the green light.
The green light, Adam?
Yes, the green light. That means go.
All right, Adam.
All right, Guy.
All right.
Take care, Guy.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Oh, yes. These are the greatest minds America has to offer. Guy is probably being courted by many top 500 companies as we speak. Oh, boy. And people make fun of me for not going to college. Imagine how stupid I'd have to be. Richard.
Yeah.
You're 21.
How's it going?
Good.
Well, we got a slight little problem here.
Yeah.
I've been dating this one girl for about 7 years or so. And I would have to say about a year and a half ago, I started becoming attracted to men. 6 months ago, I met a young gentleman. We've been dating, sort of. And then about 2.5 months ago or so, we finally started making love to one another.
What's going on in the background there? There's some sort of a gay pride rally or something? What's going on back there? At work?
Yeah.
The airport?
Are you working at the Gay Pride rally, or what's going on in the background there?
No, it's just normal work stuff.
Like a train station.
Yeah,
what
do you do?
I'm a manager.
Oh, okay. What kind of organization?
Fast food.
Oh, fast food.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. You on your break or something? Or?
Well, they kind of don't know I'm in here.
Oh, okay.
They think I'm taking care of a customer complaint.
Oh, I see. All right. Well, if someone comes in, we'll pretend to be an irate customer.
Alrighty.
Okay. All right. So you become physical with a guy.
Yes, and it's starting to become serious. He's asked me to move in with him. He really wants to move to Hawaii so we could get married, because I guess that's one of the states where gay marriages are legal.
And in the meantime, you have a girlfriend.
I have a girlfriend. I don't know how to tell her or my parents.
How long have you been going out with this guy?
With him, about 6 months or so.
Most people that are in this kind of a situation, I don't get the sense from you that you're disturbed about this, that you're upset.
I don't know. It's just, I mean, when I was a young child, I used to experiment a lot with, like, my neighbors and my friends and stuff. And I'd always be the one to perform fellatio. I'd always be the one to masturbate them. I mean, I was always really into touching another guy's penis.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, it's just, I mean, I guess I'm used to it.
That wasn't Drew's question, but as long as you wanted to divulge it, that's fine. Well, all right, so we understand you've always been into guys, and maybe the whole relationship with women thing has just been a bit of a charade. Do you feel that way?
I love her. I enjoy the intimacy with her. I just don't like...
You're not physically attracted to her?
It's, to me, sex with a woman is dirty.
Right.
It's dirty.
And
it is for me, too, but it makes me like it more.
Saucy.
It's saucy, yeah.
Dirty, that's interesting.
It's dirty? Uh-oh. Drew wants to gamble all of a sudden.
No,
you don't want to gamble?
It's just an interesting
Here's what Drew is saying, and we'll see what Olive thinks about this. But Drew's saying the guy's in a relationship, has been in a long-term relationship with a woman.
He's in a mess.
And all of a sudden he meets this guy, and they're getting intimate, and he wants to move to Hawaii, and he has to come to grips with telling his parents, telling his relationship.
I mean, even if you were just
a lot of guys be under a lot of stress right now.
Even if you were just telling us you were having another girlfriend and this was happening, people would be freaking out. That was huge issues, and you've got to sort of come to grips with now, or at least what you're going to do in terms of coming out of the closet.
But I think he feels like he's relieved. You do feel relief, don't you, Richard?
In a way, yeah.
That you're involved. So you're so involved with this guy that's really what counts
I've
here.
spent every waking hour with him.
Yeah.
I think it's just,
well, how does that work when you have a girlfriend?
I just tell her that I'm working a lot of shifts.
All right, well, you got to end the girlfriend thing. You just got to do that. What happens next is up to you.
Yeah, and you're not you're being a little dangerous too. Are you having safe sex with the guy?
Definitely.
Is the behind still intact?
Yeah. No.
No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, if you're having butt love with a guy, it's something your girlfriend deserves to know, doesn't it?
Well,
Wouldn't you want to know?
Safe. We're both using condoms.
Okay.
But look, you're cheating on the girlfriend. End that relationship. You're going to go on with this guy. Do whatever you're going to do with that relationship. That's great. What you do with your parents, different issue.
Okay.
Deal with these things one at a time.
How would I go about the parent thing?
Call him from Hawaii. That'd be my advice.
What are your instincts with that?
I just want to go in and say, Mom, Dad, this is my boyfriend, Jeff. We love each other. I'm sorry. Amber is no longer in the picture.
Yeah, but do you think you need to sort of do it all at once? I mean, I've said this many a time, and Drew always agrees, because now that he has kids, he always pictures his kids coming in, and whenever someone talks about, Mom, Dad, whatever. As a parent, a lot of parents would be upset if they found out that their male or female child was gay. They really would. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying this is the facts. A lot of parents aren't going to understand. They're going to be upset by this news. Now, what even makes them more upset, I would think, is if the guy or the girl that their precious little angel was having intimate relations with was standing there next to them while they were telling them. I would work the I'm gay but I'm single angle for at least a couple of weeks, and then start weaning them on to the boyfriend thing. Don't give them. You know what I mean? You're kind of dropping two bombs at once there.
It's a little aggressive. It's a little.
Well, I figure if I can get it all out of the way, because my parents are straightforward, hardcore Catholics.
Yes. Hold on a second, Richard. We got to talk about you. Yes, Drew picked up the FU factor in this. Whenever we talk to people who say, I want to announce to my parents over Thanksgiving dinner that I'm gay, we go, why would you want to do that? I mean, isn't that going to be uncomfortable? Why don't you wait till the time is right, so on and so forth? Or for Christ's sake, you're 17 and a half. Wait till you're out of college and then tell them. No, I want to be truthful. I want to be forthright. They deserve to know. Really? It sounds like they're really going to react to that. How do you like do you like your parents? I hate them. Oh, okay. So it's not the truth that you're so enamored with. It's busting your parents' nuts a little bit that you're excited about. Because what happened here is Richard's parents gave him that sort of Catholic rhetoric his entire life. Do this, do that, you'll be punished. And now this is his way of saying, Dad, Mom, what would be...
the worst.
What would be your greatest nightmare? As good Catholics, what would drive you to your grave about 10 years early? I'll give you A, B, or C. A, I got fired from the Arby's. B, my girlfriend and I are having sex out of wedlock. Or C, I'm going to Kona next week with Larry to take vows.
To get married. Oh, God.
Nothing formal. We're going to do it right out on the beach.
Flowers.
There'll be drinks and sodomy following the ceremony. What do you think would piss off Richard's parents the most?
I see.
Right. Yeah. So it turns out Richard does have some issues. Richard?
Yeah.
So you want to pay? It's payback time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As if managing at the fast food place wasn't enough. You're really going to get them with the gay relation thing. Now, let me ask you this, Richard. How do you know that this isn't just payback? I mean, how do you know that you really love this guy? How do you know you're really gay? How do you know? Maybe you're just so bent with anger. Well, okay, you're at least bi, but what I'm saying is you're going to marry a guy, and some of it may be tainted with the anger that you have for your parents.
Well, for 10 years, I've always been attracted to the guys. I'm a crotch watcher. I love to see the guys bulge. I'm like, I don't know. It's just, I've loved to touch penises. I love gay porn. I love it all. I mean, there's just something about another man that physically...
No.
We get that
there's
part.
no problem with that. That's not...
Why do you have a girlfriend?
What Adam's exploring is whether or not this gentleman, this is your first gay relationship, whether this is really what you think it to be. I mean, because so much of it seems to be invested, sort of perfused with this screw you parents. Could
I'm going to go with the almighty hippie answer. I believe that we are soulmates. I mean, I just feel this connection between us.
You and your current boyfriend.
Yes.
But you realize how many 14-year-olds tell that, heterosexual 14-year-olds say that when they first get involved.
Well, yeah, but then again, I've been in a heterosexual relationship for 7 years.
All right. Okay. Well, here's then my advice. I wouldn't advise getting married so quickly, because I'll treat it just like you're having a heterosexual relationship. You just met someone a few months ago, maybe it wouldn't be the greatest idea to elope at this point. All right? If you do go to Hawaii, say hi to Don Ho for us. So he was on the show, and a very nice man. I think he scored some weed from him, too, judging from the way he spoke on the show. Actually, when I asked Don, you got a lot of pot plants? You own a lot of land there in Hawaii. You grow a lot of pot over there? And he gave me one of these. Lurch. Yeah, give me the lurch answer.
Well, I'm a communications major, so maybe that'll help.
All right, Richard. Enjoy and mahalo.
Thank you very much. Mahalo.
Oh, there he is.
That's Don Ho. Well, give us another one, Mike. Come on.
Mahalo.
It's almost like that word was made for Don Ho to say it. The guy sounds like it's almost like the sound of blowing on a conch or something. All right, Olive will return, and we'll hear a little something else off the Extra Virgin CD after this.
Dan Ho, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. Mahalo.
Oh, this guy is Don Ho's the greatest gig in the world. He owns most of the islands over there. He's got like a big candy company. He's just the official ambassador. He just hangs around his clubs and gets loaded, and he has a wife, but a bunch of girlfriends, and it's really quite a life. And all of this in Hawaii. It's not like
Hello.
Yes. What were you saying about Don Ho?
Just said, he's got pot plants as well.
Yeah, allegedly.
That's all Tony's interested in.
I don't want to take his good name and smear it all over the air, but I asked him about it, and he basically said, everybody has pot plants. And then he just sort of faded out at the end. All right. What? I thought you said something. Olive is here, and we're going to hear a little something else off the Extra Virgin CD. It is out in the stores, and this one is called I Don't Think So.
I don't think so.
It up there? I Don't Think So, from Olive off of the Extra Virgin CD. This is the first one. It sold billions in the UK, and now they're out here to make some greenbacks. Yes. Hey, what about that? Oh, wait a minute. I always ask our guests, our foreign guests, this, but I don't know how it affects you. What about that common currency thing in Europe? Does that affect you guys?
No.
Well, it would do if they brought it in.
It will do if they bring it in, but it's not there yet.
No.
The EQ.
Right. Is that not for England? Is that for just like France and Germany and
well, they're trying to discuss everyone in Europe doing it, but the English are saying, go away.
Yeah.
We're not going to have
Queen's head on
dirty
Take our sterling away from us.
Oh, they don't want to go for that. Why doesn't everyone just go for dollars? That would be the easiest, wouldn't
They
it?
all look the same. How do you deal with it? They're all exactly the same size, same shape, same colour.
Well, see, here's the problem. Here's why. I'll explain why.
Big numbers on them.
I don't want to. They do have the numbers.
Changed, but you're giving away $100 instead of a dollar.
Let me get to the real point here. The English spend lots of time and a lot of money in pubs, and they're usually quite loaded at the time, and they're reaching into the wallet. And they don't know what the hell they're grabbing
they need touch,
after 30.
size.
Yeah, they need actually. You know what? They should have money. The English have money like sandpaper. Here we have like 60 grits, real coarse, and the 120's a little finer. You wouldn't even have to look. You just feel, and because it's true here. Like when I was in Tijuana once, and I was actually I've been there a number of times, but one of the times I was in Tijuana, I was at a strip club, and it's pitch black in the place, and you're getting drunk, and you're reaching your wallet thinking you're giving someone a buck to give them a tip, but you may be giving them $20 or $50. Actually, I knew I wasn't giving them $50. I didn't have it. Didn't have $50, but I think one time I gave someone $20 because of the way they reacted after I gave it to them, which was in a bizarre sexual fashion. But we'll get into that right now. Amy.
Yeah, hi.
You're 22.
Yeah, I have a serious problem. Okay, I have to drug test every Friday, and the other night I went out with some friends, and I got really drunk, and I had, bad judgment, and they were smoking a lot of pot around me, and then I didn't realize until later that it could have gotten in my system somehow, and I was just wondering if I'll have, a dirty drug test.
Mm-hmm. So you smoke pot?
No, I didn't smoke pot.
Come on. Who are you talking to? Come on, we're not your parole officer.
No, if I smoked it, I wouldn't be calling here to ask you this, because I'd know it would come up dirty.
How long, when is the test? Friday?
Yeah.
And when were you exposed?
Sunday night, I think.
No way. No
Not
way.
at all,
I mean, unless you were in a locked car with the windows up for several hours while people had a bonfire of marijuana.
Well, they had a Sunsplash reggae festival in the back seat.
No, we were in a garage.
No, it's a real. Do you feel high afterwards?
Well, I drank 2 Mickeys. I was pretty drunk. I don't know.
It doesn't.
You're 22 years old. Can't you get stoned in the house?
Why are you being?
There was kids there sleeping.
Why are you being drug tested? Oh my God, your kids?
Whose kids were sleeping?
The girl that lived there.
What are you on parole?
The one who was smoking pot in the garage?
Yeah, they're having like a little party. We went bungee jumping that day.
Oh, boy.
What are you in parole for?
For drugs. I went to CRC, a rehab center.
Yeah, didn't do much for you, obviously.
Yeah, I did. I'm not using drugs.
Amy, you're drinking alcohol. It's just a matter of time before you get back on drugs. You're not going to meetings. You're not working a program.
Yes, I go 2 meetings a week.
And you tell them, you stand up and say, I'm still drinking alcohol?
No.
No.
I never had an alcohol problem before.
Amy, the disease of addiction is a reward system disorder. And any substance that activates the reward system will trigger addiction with time. That's alcohol, pot, cocaine, speed, opiates, benzodiazepine, the Valium drugs. Any of these things will trigger addiction with time. And it's also impossible to practice an honest program while you're using substances.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not getting nothing done. You might as well. I mean, it's just a matter of time before you do use more consistently. So.
Do you have any kids, Amy?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
How many?
1.
Okay, Mama. You're now Mama.
Yeah.
All right. Mama doesn't smoke pot in the garage after a long day of bungee jumping. What do? Strap the kid to your ass when you jump off the bridge, or she just stay at home and watch Smurf? Where are the kids when you're out bungee jumping and smoking pot for the day?
I wasn't smoking pot.
All right. Well, you're watching, even worse, watching people smoke pot.
Yeah.
And drinking Mickeys, for Christ's sake. Come on, I stopped drinking Mickeys when I was 16.
Oh, man.
All right, Amy, come on. Yeah, please, it's time to join the ranks of the adults. You have a child. Stop hanging around with those bungee jumping losers. I don't trust those people. Please, come on.
Okay.
Stop screwing around with your life, your kid's life, and your sobriety and all that stuff. You already got pop once. That's it. All right?
Okay, so it won't show up my test, you don't think?
No, but it should. Matter of fact, we're going to call them and tip them off.
Okay.
All right, Amy, come on.
Thanks.
You got a kid.
All right.
Another interesting thing about addiction is that people with addiction tend to pursue thrill much more than the average person, because thrill activates, again, that same reward system in a slightly extra physiologic way. And so the bungee jumpers, the extreme rock climbers, the skateboard addicts.
Yeah. I always said those guys were high. No way. I'm strapping a rubber band to my ass and jumping off a bridge. To me, that's something you do in a pinch. You know what I mean? Like, like a James Bond movie. There's a truckload of Nazis coming one way. The other side is a bunch of crazy Shiite terrorists. There's only one way off the bridge. That's over the edge. So you strap some cord to you and you jump. But it's not something you pay someone $50 to do.
No.
This is something they pay you to do. That's what I'd want. I mean, like, how much?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. All right. You're 22. You got a kid. You're now Mama. And we'll be back.
Hello, I'm Damon.
I'm Dave.
I'm Graham. And we are collectively Blur, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. Tony, Ruth-Ann, and Tim are all here from Olive. And so is Dr. Drew. And when we left off, we didn't leave off anywhere, did we?
No.
All right, you got a call there, Drew?
Let's go.
All right. Candace,
Yeah.
you're 18.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Hello.
Okay, I have a problem. I've known this guy for about 2 years, and we've had a sexual relationship, and every time he starts seeing another girl, whatever, he totally ignores me for about a month. And a month goes by, and he starts talking to me again, and we sleep together again, and then the whole thing starts over again. And this has happened like 4 times now. And I don't know. I don't think he realizes, like, how much I really care for him, you know?
I don't think you realize how little he cares for you, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, well, I do realize
Oh,
that.
that's pretty
but every
profound there, Drew. Wow.
Every
He
time
goes
it
right for the
happens.
jugular, that Drew. He's all business.
And every time it happens, though, it's like...
Candace, wait.
Huh?
Reality on reality's terms. He doesn't care about you.
Well, then does he care about these other girls that he's with at the
Nope,
same time?
probably not.
No.
But he does not care about you.
Because he really...
Candace?
He really...
Candace?
Yeah.
Candace. Forget about what you think he does or what you wish he does or what you feel. He doesn't care. That's reality. He's having sex.
Yeah.
That's his reality. That's your reality.
he still hasn't realized how much it affects me, you know?
Of course not.
Well, he doesn't care.
He doesn't care. And most guys don't understand how women are affected by this. And women don't even admit to themselves how they're affected by it. Cosmo tells them they're supposed to behave like a man and be happy about it, and they'll be fine. You know, they get what you want.
Because I think the thing that bothers me the most is that after it's happened 4 times still, every time he comes to me and he knows how emotionally attached I am to him.
He doesn't care.
But he has to deal with this every time because I, like, totally flip out emotionally.
All the more evidence that he doesn't care. Because if he cared, he wouldn't put you through that.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a big ego boost.
But it's like, I don't know how to, I don't know, I don't know.
Why would you put up with that? Why a guy that is so emotionally unavailable to you?
I don't know, I care about him a lot.
I know what your reality is, but the reality you're having to deal with is totally different.
But how can you care about somebody who carries on that way anyway? I mean, logically.
If that's the way you've experienced intimacy in the past.
I don't know. It's like I try and keep attached to the little bit that he lets me, only because, you know.
Well, you're infusing it with all kinds of stuff.
I'm what?
You're infusing him with all kinds of things.
Yeah.
From your side.
Because it's like, you know, like all throughout my life, like things have been taken away from me.
Okay. Well, this is what we were getting at.
Well,
it's like I try to hold on as much as I can.
Yeah, but the only way you experience intimacy in the past is with people who leave or who are just not available. Mm-hmm. To really have an intimate relationship that is genuinely available and then lose that would be really reliving some of your past traumas.
Yeah.
All right, Candace. We're not going to gamble on your past.
Because she just told us what it was.
Right. But we knew it anyway.
Yeah.
All right, enough of this. Here's what happens. Each time he goes awry and then comes back and you take him back, it lowers your self-esteem a little, it knocks you down a notch, and it makes you that much weaker for the next time he comes around and does it. It's one of those vicious cycles. That's enough, Candace. I'm empowering you officially. All right?
Okay.
You just find a guy. You're 18. Your name's Candace. You got to be good looking. And there's plenty of young guys who'd be perfectly willing to hang out and have a nice monogamous relationship with you.
But now
I suspect you won't be able to handle it. Yeah. But they're out there.
So, like when I start seeing somebody else, you know, he finds out about it, and that's when he's you know, comes in between it again.
All right.
And of course, I always choose him.
Right. All right.
Because I care about him.
He's a jackass. You don't really care about him.
You're just acting out this old pattern.
I mean, I hate what he does.
Right.
You know, but I let him do it.
See, he is what he does.
That is the reality.
And I really hated Hitler's actions, but I got to say he's a hell of a guy.
Nice guy.
A great guy.
Love to have beer with him.
Yeah, the whole rounding up the Jews thing, I didn't agree with that. But a great guy. If you could get past, that part, a fun guy. Like to kick around the soccer ball. Well, real cut up too at a party. I mean, I didn't speak German, but I could tell the rest of the crowd was very amused. Okay, listen, you are what you do. That's it. If you cheat, you're a cheater. You're not a warm, caring, thoughtful guy who cheats. You're just a cheater. That's it. Okay, Chris.
Hey, what's up, guys?
You're 17. What's going on?
Yeah, all right. I have a problem. Like in the last 2 months, I've had like intimate relations with 2 different girls. And both times I'm worried because I've been having like problems getting hard and stuff, and like.
Were these your first 2 times?
Yeah, these are my first 2 times.
Okay, it's very common for young guys to experience this
for the
first time out. Very common, and then once it happens once, the anxiety about it potentially happening again actually causes it to happen again.
And then like both times when they're like giving me head, like I haven't really felt anything. I want to know if that's uncommon too.
Adam experienced that.
I did?
You said once it was somebody else's, actually.
I was just saying that, Drew, because I wanted to make you mad. What'd I do? Oh. It's a little gay humor there on Loveline. Yeah, I did have this problem once. Once and only once, I might add.
When you felt nothing.
Yeah, well, once the penis is gone astray, it will not be coming back that day. I should write children's stories, or The Penis That Went Astray by Adam Carolla. No, once your penis decides I'll have no part of this sexual experience, that's it. Then it becomes less responsive than it would be even under just normal circumstances. Meaning, if you didn't have an erection and you were alone and you were relaxed, well, you certainly could get something going in a very brief period of time, especially at age 17.
Yeah.
But it actually goes on strike. It becomes the anti-penis.
Somebody else's.
Yeah. Did you ever see that episode of Knight Rider when David Hasselhoff had the evil twin?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
Sorry.
All right, well,
So that was all the episodes of Knight Rider.
Yeah, it was the entire show. He drove a big truck and tried to run him off the road. And you knew it looked like Hasselhoff, except for he had the goatee. So he was evil. But the point is this is your penis's evil twin, and it will have no part of sex. All right, so here's what you need. You need to find yourself a partner that you feel a little bit relaxed around, and don't rush into anything. And then once you have a successful outing, that will be it. You'll be on top of the world. I predict you'll be a porn star within 3 weeks.
All right.
All right, Chris.
All right, thanks.
All right. Yeah, once you attempt to have sex and it doesn't work out, Drew.
Multiple penis disorder.
Geez, I wish I had that. Yes. Drew.
Yeah.
If a young man, attempts to have sex for the first time and cannot achieve an erection, you can say almost certainly that the second time he attempts to have sex, he's going to suffer from the same thing,
particularly
right?
if he's with another person of the sex. You know, it's not if it's not a much more comfortable situation, it's certainly going to happen again.
Right. Okay.